Peppa Pig might look like the friendliest show in the world, but if you've watched more than 5 minutes, you know the truth. Some of these characters wake up and choose rudeness. Today, we're taking you on a wild tour through Peppa Pig's meanest characters. And make sure you stick around till the end, because the final pick does something so unexpectedly mean. Let's jump in before someone gets offended. First on our list is SUZY Sheep, Peppa's best friend, who sometimes behaves like she's auditioning for Mean Girls Farmyard Edition. Let's start with her most iconic savage moment, the legendary naughty tortoise incident. In the episode, Dr. Hamster's Tortoise. Tiddles climbs a tree, everyone panics, and SUZY, she immediately yells,
"Chop the tree down!"
Not be careful, not get a ladder, not even oh dear, straight to deforestation. Firefighters get stuck in the tree, SUZY still wants it chopped down. Granddad Dog climbs up and gets stuck too. SUZY literally smiles and says,
"Now can we chop the tree down?"
Imagine watching adults hanging from branches and thinking, yep, time to bring out the chainsaw. Now let's talk about her behavior in school camp, where SUZY delivers the most ice-cold line in the whole series.
"Suzy, shall we share a tent? I said I'd share with Zoe."
Wow, for best friends, SUZY doesn't even hesitate. She just picks Zoe and leaves Peppa hanging. And things only get worse from there. Later that night, when there's a scary noise outside the tent, what does SUZY do? She doesn't protect Peppa. She doesn't even see if she is okay. She just gets up and ditches her, sneaking off to Madame Gazelle's tent alone. Peppa's left behind in the dark like, did my best friend just abandon me to save herself? Finally, the Chatterbox episode. The day SUZY wakes up and chooses absolute violence. Peppa is happily talking when SUZY cuts her off with,
"You talk too much."
Then she performs a full mockery routine of Peppa.
Blah, blah, blah.
But she doesn't stop there. Every time someone new arrives, Zoe, Danny, Pedro, SUZY makes sure to rub it in and make Peppa feel worse. With all this mean behavior, SUZY Sheep has earned her spot on this list with style. Next up is a character you wouldn't immediately call mean, but give him 5 minutes and he'll happily destroy your entire day with a digger. Mr. Bull is the king of inconvenience. He doesn't try to be mean, he just is, purely through the power of turning up anywhere, anytime, and deciding that right now is the perfect moment to dig something up. And nowhere is this clearer than in the episode Mr. Bull's New Road. The family are taking Goldie the fish to the vet. Mr. Bull casually announces,
"We're digging up this old road to make a new one!"
No warning, no signage, just a road that suddenly no longer exists. And then, in true Mr. Bull fashion, he marches off to do some shouting, because apparently that's his second favorite hobby after destroying public infrastructure.
Give up the good work! Dig up the road!
But the real chaos begins at the vet's. Dr. Hamster is examining Goldie the fish when Mr. Bull appears, apologizing for the noise because, surprise, surprise, he's building a new road. And before anyone can blink, he announces the plan.
We just have to knock this building down.
Yes, he wants to bulldoze the vet's office without Dr. Hamster agreeing or even knowing about these plans. Dr. Hamster nearly faints. Mummy Pig is horrified. The children look like they're watching a documentary called When Builders Attack. And when they suggest, simply going around the building instead, Mr. Bull reacts like they've asked him to rewrite the laws of physics.
Around the building? Around? But then the road wouldn't be straight.
He acts personally offended at the idea of a road that dares to bend, because in Mr. Bull's world, convenience for everyone else is irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the road being perfectly straight, even if it goes straight through someone's workplace. And that's pretty mean in our book. Danny Dog isn't your classic mean kid. He's the kid who has no filter, no pause button, and absolutely no understanding of when to keep a thought inside his head. If there is an opportunity to say the most uncomfortable thing in the room, Danny jumps on it like it's a bouncy castle. Take the bicycles episode. Peppa lightly teases George for riding a baby bike, and Danny doesn't even wait a full second before firing back with,
"Yours is a baby bike too, Peppa. You've still got stabilizers."
no sympathy, no tact. Peppa visibly shrinks, and honestly, who can blame her? Danny Dog is the living definition of, well, actually. And then we have the episode, The Pet Competition. Madame Gazelle asks the class to bring their pets to the playgroup the next day, and everyone starts excitedly announcing what they're bringing. Goldfish, stick insects, geckos, all normal. Then Zoe proudly says she's bringing her stuffed monkey toy, and before Madame Gazelle can even respond, Danny immediately snaps,
"That's not a real pet, it's a doll."
Zoe's face drops so fast it should have won its own prize at the competition. Even Madame Gazelle has to step in and literally correct Danny.
Zoe can bring Monkey if she wants to.
Translation, Danny, please stop embarrassing the class. Then there's the episode When I Grow Up, where the class talks about careers. Most kids say cute, normal things, doctor, teacher, queen. But Danny, he proudly announces he wants to be a pirate, a literal criminal. And when Madame Gazelle questions that, he immediately pivots to farmer, but only because, as he explains,
And I'll tell all the animals what to do.
if there's one theme here, it's that Danny loves authority and loves telling people, or animals, what to do. But mostly he loves telling people things they did not need to hear. So Danny isn't evil, he's not a bully, but he might just be the most unintentionally mean kid in Peppa Pig, and he wears that crown proudly. Mr. Potato may be a hero on TV, but he definitely has a mean streak, especially when Daddy Pig is involved. In Mr. Potato Comes to Town, he receives a drawing from Peppa on his show, and instead of just thanking her like a normal potato, he immediately points at Daddy Pig in the drawing and announces,
Looks like Daddy Pig needs some exercise.
on live TV in front of children, while Daddy Pig is literally sitting on the sofa minding his own business. And just when Daddy Pig thinks the embarrassment is over, Mr. Potato forces him to start jumping up and down on national television, chanting,
Up, down, up, down. Daddy Pig.
"Seems like humiliating parents is part of Mr. Potato's 5 a day. If this isn't low-key mean, we don't know what is." Some characters in Peppa Pig are accidentally mean. Mr. Wolf is not one of those characters. This guy absolutely loves scaring people, especially the pigs, and he does it with the biggest "I know exactly what I'm doing" grin on his face. In the episode The New House, Daddy Pig works hard building the wolves' brand new brick home. And what does Mr. Wolf do? He strolls up, smiles politely, and asks,
What's it made of? Straw? Sticks?
"Not thank you, not great job, nope." He jumps straight to the three little pigs' threat, right to Daddy Pig's face. And before anyone can process it, he leans in with the line every pig dreads.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll...
Daddy Pig freezes, and Mr. Wolf is clearly loving every second. Getting pleasure out of scaring others, yup, that's definitely mean. Mr. Lion acts friendly, but let's be honest, he loves making jokes that are only one tiny step away from a threat. A prime example is found in the episode The Zoo. Peppa's class arrives excited, chatting about animals, when Madame Gazelle explains that not all animals eat vegetables, meaning some eat meat. Before the kids can even process that, Mr. Lion jumps in with,
That's right, Mrs. Wildebeest.
Now, calling someone the wrong name happens, but calling a gazelle a wildebeest when lions literally eat both in the wild? Yeah, that feels intentional. And he absolutely knows what he's saying, because the second Madame Gazelle corrects him,
My name is Madame Gazelle.
Mr. Lion gives a smile that could curdle milk and replies,
Sorry, gazelle, wildebeest. For some reason, I always get those two mixed up.
"Sure you do, mate. Totally innocent. No reason at all a lion might confuse two animals he regularly snacks on. But the ending of the episode is where his jokes get deliciously mean. The children are at the butterfly garden learning about their diet. Madame Gazelle says,
It is amazing they can live on just the food from flowers.
Mr. Lion replies,
I wish I could get by just eating flowers.
staring right at her, which is a very interesting thing for a lion to say in front of a gazelle. Then Madame Gazelle says,
All this talk of eating has made me quite hungry.
and Mr. Lion instantly echoes,
Me too.
with the most suspicious, dangerous look in the episode. For a moment, it feels like he's about to announce who is on the menu. Yeah, Mr. Lion scaring a sweet playgroup teacher in front of her class of little ones. That's pretty mean. And now, we reach Peppa Pig herself, the undisputed champ of sass, shade, and saying the exact wrong thing at the exact wrong time. And the person who suffers most? Daddy Pig. Peppa doesn't just tease him. She roasts him so often she could open her own barbecue. Just look at the episode Sports Day. Daddy Pig proudly says he was a great runner when he was younger, and Peppa's response, in front of all the parents, is simply,
But now you have a big tummy.
"That's mean." Straight for the belly. And Daddy Pig trying to touch his toes afterwards? Painful. Then there's the infamous treehouse password. Grandpa Pig builds Peppa a beautiful treehouse, and Peppa decides that the secret words you must say to enter are,
The secret words are Daddy's big tummy.
She repeats it again and again, making every adult in sight say it too, while Daddy Pig tries to smile through the emotional damage. And don't forget, Mr. Potato Comes to Town, where all the kids draw vegetables, except Peppa, who proudly hands in a drawing of Daddy Pig sitting on the sofa. When Madame Gazelle asks which vegetable she drew, Peppa cheerfully announces,
My daddy, watching television.
she basically calls him a potato on national television. But Daddy Pig isn't the only one on the receiving end of Peppa's attitude. In the episode Snow, poor George gets the full blast. When he giggles at Peppa slipping in the snow, she doesn't brush it off. She builds a massive snowball and absolutely obliterates him with it, sending him straight into tears. When George is sick and George catches a cold, you'd think Peppa might feel a little sorry for her little brother. Instead, she throws her hands in the air and snaps.
George, please don't sneeze so loudly.
Then groans.
This is impossible.
And then there's Suzy Sheep, Peppa's best friend and favorite emotional punching bag. When Suzy learns to whistle before Peppa and whistling, Peppa simply hangs up the phone. In the quarrel, Peppa accuses Suzy of cheating at Snap. She didn't, ends their friendship, and later apologizes with the legendary line,
Sorry I said you cheated, even though you did cheat.
That's not an apology, that's character assassination. And in Suzy Goes Away, during their farewell playdate, Peppa manages to ruin an emotional moment by blurting out,
I will even miss you bossing me about.
she just can't help herself. So yes, she might be tiny and pink, but in the world of Peppa Pig, she is the reigning queen of meanness. That's our rundown of Peppa Pig's meanest characters. Now it's your turn. Who do you think deserves the crown of ultimate meanness? Tell us in the comments. We're judging your answers very seriously. While you're here, don't forget to watch our other Peppa Pig videos. We've exposed so many characters at this point that we're definitely not getting invited to Peppa's house anymore. Thank you for watching.